on the last episode of Day of the Tentacle.
I think I made myself perfectly clear. Step 1, find plans. Step 2, save world. Step 3, get out of my house. Let's get cracking.
And now we continue with Day of the Tentacle. Welcome back, folks, to Day of the Tentacle here on the RTK channel. We actually have our third person with us, which is a random DCE.
Oh, well, excuse me, I was kind of being sick last week.
Well, I kind of think... I know, but still, for those continuity.
I never got out of there alive.
So, here's to basically catch up for those that missed out on the first part, should you not notice.
Can't do anything without a new
We arrived
diamond.
at the mansion, we rescued the tentacles, only to realise that we actually unleashed the evil in the world when the professor had already tied them up. He then told us to go back in time, and instead it ended up messing up, so one of us is in the future, one of us is in the past, and you're now playing
As Bernard.
Looks like
Bernard's in the present.
looks like Mandark.
How did you get over there?
I kind of figured it's like a 90s stereotypical geek. Or something like that. So, what we got here is...
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, because these days apparently geeks these days are committing jihad against women. Oh,
You
I went
really
there, yes.
flushed them.
Yes, he did, unfortunately.
Law and Order.
Down the
Amazing.
toilet.
I haven't even seen it yet, and I've already heard what a train wreck that was.
Oh, yeah.
It is, trust me.
So...
Yeah, I mean, I must have missed that when I picked up Final Fantasy 13 the other week. I must have missed my free machete and ISIS training book.
So, you probably may have noticed that there's a gimmick in this game, and that is you can flush items through the Porta-John to other... Porta-John...
And you can also converse
Did you
with
hear
each
something?
other through the Chronojohn.
Yeah.
No, let's
At the moment, we cannot select Laverne because she is stuck up a tree. However,
Wow.
Oh, great. I'm
well,
stuck
it's
in
an
the
alt. She is stuck in the
Tentacle
alternate
was
future
taking
where
over
Purple
the
Tentacle
world.
did take
Now
over the world.
toilet's backing up.
Of course.
Well, technically it is the direct future from where they are at the moment, and you are now creating the alternative reality.
Indeed, and Hoagie here, who is stuck 200 years in the past. So, and he has to bring them to Red Edison. Essentially, he is the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather of...
Great-great-grandfather.
He'll know what to do.
You need the
Yeah, I
plans
can
to make
read,
a super
guys.
battery so you can plug in your Chronojohn.
Moving straight. So,
Right, so because I missed the first part, what's going on here?
Bernard?
Literally, we are trying to stop
well, I once
Purple
saw him take
Tentacle from
3,000
taking
volts
over the
directly to his
world.
head.
I always knew
without
Japanese
banning
hentai would enslave us all.
But to do that, we had to go back through time to yesterday.
Time for me to
To
save
turn
the
off the
world, I
sludge
guess.
omatic that was polluting the river so Purple Tentacle doesn't drink
Yeah.
from it. We now have the options to switch between Hoagie and Bernard by clicking on their face icons.
We can't do anything much with Bernard right now, so we're going to be taking a look through Hoagie, and we are basically stuck in the past. Hoagie's default item is the can opener, as well as the plans for the super battery.
It's kind of like an odd fusion between a Salieri and Razorfist.
You're brilliant. What a novel.
I didn't really think. It's just more like it's an extreme version of Emmer.
You're
That's
brilliant.
right. Emmerd
What a
is,
novel design.
non-rebellious.
Come to Baltimore at
Emmerd is rebellious punk 90s days.
We have an item that we get to show. We get to show off this. Get to show off is that we can flush the letter here with the Chronojohn.
Okay, I flushed it.
We'll pick.
That will be needed. If you put an item in the Chronojohn, it will just remain in there for whoever first picks it up. There is a faster way where literally you just pick on the item and click on the face icon.
I wish I'd known about that.
Yes, Howard didn't know about that. If you'd actually done that, it'd be quicker and end up in that person's
What's up?
inventory.
Yeah, so this is essentially
Don't
the
feel like
ancestor
talking,
of
huh?
dead
Silence or
Dead
something,
Edison.
probably right.
Which it has kind of a
Well, that's
gimmick
cool.
throughout the whole series of events, because he is the first Edison who
I have
is
something for
presumably
Red
from
Edison.
Egypt.
I assume so, because he's also dead, which is what the gag
You
is.
know where I could find him?
Particularly as he is a mummy.
It's just like,
Great hat, man.
Cut. No. Howard,
Dig
come
the
on.
three-corner
I dig the
idea.
three corners.
Are you just
It's like
seriously?
the
Yes.
pyramids, you know?
I'll get
Ugh.
to it.
My friend Eddie told me the pyramids are built
We
like
should be going
aliens.
through every line of dialogue, you know that.
As if.
I might be.
As if, I mean,
Well,
whatever.
nice talking to you, dude.
Well, he automatically ends the conversation, so... pretty much in this one, the stable is there's a secret passage to the basement. And there he is, Red Edison.
Hey,
What is it?
what are you doing?
I'm inventing, you simpleton. What's it look like I'm doing?
What are you inventing?
It's a complex metal device designed to minimize paper entropy.
Why does this guy sound like Inspector Gadget?
Well,
He
see
is
you later.
speaking in a ye olde
You might
accent
if you
of
cut their hair a bit
intellectual
shorter.
quality.
Indeed. So, when we give the plans to Red Edison, we get another bit of side
Super
quest.
battery,
Every
eh?
character has to go through
Brilliant
this.
design.
Like a
Sometimes I
3-stage
amaze
plan.
myself. Now all I need is oil.
Well, Hoagie
vinegar,
needs
and
some
some
oil,
gold.
vinegar, and gold. To make a battery, apparently.
Which are all quite easy to find, but you have to swap between who's getting what.
Yeah.
And when we unlock Laverne, the can opener is going to have to go to Laverne.
And there's a cameo of Max there. And there's a horse.
The horse is amazing. You should give it a lick.
Oh, I hated doing this one. It was so awkward because you knew what to do, and you didn't pick up the paint bucket.
I didn't, because there's actually another easy... one of these items is actually easy to pick up. Of course, we can actually...
guess this is
It's
George
George Washington who
Washington's
sleeps in
bed.
that bed. Cool.
Nice.
So what you do is that you use that, make it a mess, pull on the cord,
It's...
when Howard eventually
Here
can.
I am, don't get your curls in an uproar.
And unfortunately, the maid here is
Excuse
kind of
me,
stupid,
Mr.
thinking that
Washington.
Bogey is
Boy,
Mr.
what
Washington.
a mess.
So, whilst
So-
he's doing
Hey,
that...
lady.
No, you're supposed to quickly
Yes,
go
Mr.
out.
Washington.
Don't you have any
I was like, do you have any cleaning
supplies?
supplies?
Like most maids, I keep them on my cart in the hall.
The puzzle is you have to get out, you have to get out of the hallway quickly to pick up the
Yes,
soap.
there's lots to be done.
You have to do,
See, as soon as she finishes her dialogue, I actually...
yeah,
No.
so let's take a look. All we need is the
Okay.
soap, which we do.
Next room. One of them... I'm trying to remember what's in each one.
This,
The vinegar.
that's the wine
Check out
bottle.
the cheapo 1775.
But we are going to turn it in
I don't quite
to
see how it
vinegar.
At some point.
Alright.
The room we were applying to, the room that we were in was Benjamin Franklin's room.
I thought it was George Washington.
George Washington's room was wrecked. And now we were in there. So next up, red paint. Very important for much later.
Very
See,
smart.
if you had given the textbook to Hoagie by this point, you could have
Very
gotten the teeth.
smart.
If I wanted to, but then this is a very hard puzzle as well because we're gonna need the mouse. See that cat?
But to do that, we need to call the cat away from it.
But to do that, we need to sort of like the
What a
cat.
pretty pussycat.
Just no, Howard. Try to pick it up.
Yo,
The cat reacts. So we now go do that. That's a regular bed, but if we
Where am I gonna put it?
that's a good point.
Where am I gonna put it?
There's some dirty joke I could make there, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
See, now which
Yeah.
squeaks, the cat gets interested, and if you go back to the mouse, it doesn't pick up the mouse. So what we need is
Use it with use squeaky mattress
I
with
don't wanna.
Jed's bed. You moron.
I know. It just it takes a while because these games are fucking. These games
Yo,
are
Keep-
very, very old, and sometimes also very difficult when it comes to certain commands.
Yeah, but you're also
I
clicking
don't
on the wrong
want it.
things.
I know that. This unfortunately took me a while to do because, one, I have not played this game in fucking ages.
Yeah,
You could have just used the mouse to even click on the words like you just did there, so you could... This is painful.
I know it's painful.
It's because it's you, that's why.
Well, here we go. Now we get the swap thing. We get the animation.
Sounds like the cat's caught a moose up there.
Mattress moving
What
is.
just happened?
We've swapped it.
We just moved the squeaky mattress to Jed's bed.
And now we can pick up the mouse. There we go. Now we can just move out the window, which is amazing considering. Meanwhilst,
Get me down from here.
we get a reminder that we have to get Laverne down. That's it.
I like the use of sound effects. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And we meet John. We meet John Hancock, Thomas Jefferson,
Well, how quaint. I am, of
which is
course,
representative.
Thomas Jefferson, noted scholar, musician, horseman, student of the sciences, member of the bar.
which is interesting because Hoagie inadvertently,
Oh, sure. I
inadvertently
heard you
has
did.
just reached the point where they are like meeting up to declare the Constitution of America,
What's
which
in
is
your hand,
interesting
Tommy?
because it's technically the bridge.
Thomas, my name is Thomas.
His
and
name.
This, my
Yeah.
chubby friend, is
It
a timeless
it gets more
filled with
weird from this point.
remembrances of our time to be
Okay.
revealed 400 years hence.
And you have to give the bottle of wine to him.
What are you
Indeed,
guys doing in here?
we do. Of course, we have to find. Of course, we have to find out about more background about where we are. So technically, the actual Constitution was written somewhere else, not in this house.
Obviously, this is a game. We're not going
Later,
to
bro.
scrutinize it for historical inaccuracy.
Indeed, which is what this game was like. And of course, John Hancock,
Hello.
who's literally freezing cold.
Have you got the hiccups?
No, I'm freezing.
Why don't you build a fire?
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
I keep asking.
Yeah, brah. Why did you build a fire, brah?
Stereotypical
Needs the
90s
laws of
teenager.
posterity and won't buy.
Which is like metal and all that. Sup, dude? I'm like catching a wave of don't care.
You mean it's like a symbol of
So when's
growth
this
or
tentacle
something?
show up?
Well, technically the
No, he's already shown up in the first episode, but you weren't here for that.
George, I spent the winter in Valley Forge.
You'll be seeing more of them when we're doing the future segments.
Okie dokie.
Here.
Indeed. And I'll be doing something like a first episode recap at the beginning of each a
Awesome
previous.
blanket,
Now,
dude.
as you can gather,
you.
we need
It was
to
given
make
to me by
Jefferson
my
burn the
dear
log
old
so we can
colorblind
get
Aunt
his
Abby.
blanket. Reasons why will be shown later on.
Well,
Also-
I gotta go,
But to
dude.
do that, we probably won't be able to get the item we need until we have access to Laverne.
And here's George Washington.
Excuse me. Yes.
Why, hello
What are you looking at?
Yes,
out
he
there?
sounds like
there.
a
Bitches.
The future of our nation.
war pictures.
A system of free enterprise and opportunity?
No, no. I was just admiring my reflection in the window. Striking, aren't I?
What a cockhead.
It's George
I
Washington.
gotta go now.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah.
Was the only freaking what was it? Anyway, we've reached the end of the episode.
Doesn't he get killed by Connor in Assassin's Creed?
That's a different George.
No, Connor actually sides with him. But you do kill him in the DLC, but that's an alternative reality.
Anyway, that's the end of the second episode. See you next time.
Later, brah.
See ya.
Biatches.